Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've been feeling a little bit of anxiety lately reading the news or just thinking about this rapidly changing workplace we're speeding toward in 2026, you're definitely in the right place. Consider me your mentor for the next few minutes as we navigate exactly what the future of work looks like. So, let's just dive right in.
So, is AI coming for your job? I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's that direct, slightly provocative elephant in the room causing so much widespread panic right now. Honestly, whether you're a seasoned pro who's been in the game for decades or a fresh graduate just trying to get your foot in the door, this exact question is probably keeping you up at night. Is an AI system literally going to replace what you do?
Well, the short answer is no. AI is not coming to just take your job. Companies looking ahead to 2026, they aren't sitting around debating whether they should use AI or if it's going to replace their entire workforce. Instead, they're asking a way more practical question. How can our employees work alongside AI? We are entering an entirely new paradigm of work here, and it requires a complete shift in how we view our day-to-day tasks. And that brings us to this foundational concept of AI-native work. Look, AI is no longer just some shiny, optional tool you might occasionally open in a side browser tab. Doing AI-native work actually means you're intentionally designing your daily workflow with AI as a built-in partner. So for example, instead of writing a massive report entirely from scratch, you collaborate with AI to research, draft, tweak, and verify that content. The ultimate goal here isn't replacing humans at all. It's actually about making us significantly more productive.
Section 1. Clarifying the battleground, augmentation versus automation.
Okay, so we really need to clearly separate these two concepts. On one side, we've got augmentation. This is where AI assists, but you, the human, remain firmly in the driver's seat for those high-value tasks. Think of things like GitHub Copilot helping software developers write code, or marketers using ChatGPT to draft content, or even AI assisting doctors in reviewing complex medical scans. The human is totally in control. But on the flip side, we have automation. This is where AI takes a standalone repetitive task and just completes it entirely on its own with little to zero human involvement. We're talking automatic invoice processing, AI chatbots handling routine customer support, or automated meeting scheduling. The key takeaway here, not every task should be automated. Honestly, a lot of your most important work will benefit way more from a human and AI collaboration.
Moving into Section 2, the evolution of your job, from tasks to strategy. All right, let's break this down by industry. Jobs aren't just disappearing, they're evolving. Take customer support, for instance. The old role was answering every single query manually. The new role? You're actually training, monitoring, and improving the AI support agents. Or software developers. You used to write every single line of code yourself. Now, you design the overarching solutions, you review the AI-generated code, and you solve the really complex problems. Content creators go from writing everything from scratch to using AI to brainstorm, draft, and scale up their output much faster. And accountants, they're moving away from manual bookkeeping to reviewing AI-generated reports so they can focus on delivering high-value business insights. The repetitive work is getting automated away, which means your creative thinking and problem-solving are becoming incredibly valuable.
And honestly, this is perhaps the single biggest shift happening in the AI era. You're transitioning from being a doer to being a director. Previously, professionals were paid primarily for just completing manual tasks. But moving into 2026, you're increasingly going to be paid for directing AI systems to complete those tasks efficiently. Basically, you're moving from being an executor to being an empowered AI supervisor.
Section 3. The new skill set, directing and verifying.
So, the absolute first rule of directing AI is understanding that vague prompts produce vague outputs. Seriously, if you give bad instructions, you're going to get bad results. To give clear, strategic instructions, you should really lean into what we call the prompt pattern library. These are essentially the core actions you can direct your AI to take. You can ask it to summarize a long document, rewrite a rough draft for a totally different audience, extract specific data points from a messy dataset, brainstorm new angles for a project, or, and this is a big one, critique your work to find blind spots. Mastering these patterns, that is exactly how you direct the work effectively.
But, hey, as a director, you also have to manage the risks, right? We have to juxtapose this incredibly powerful tool with its fatal flaw. AI can and absolutely will hallucinate. It can confidently give you entirely wrong answers, totally fabricated data, or just flawed logic. And the crazy part is, it will do it with absolute certainty.
And because of that exact risk, this next rule is basically paramount to your future success. Better prompts create better results, but smart users always verify AI. Strategic verification is a completely mandatory step in your workflow now. Before you ever trust or share any AI-generated information, you absolutely must put on your supervisor hat and verify it. Your value as a professional is in the verification just as much as it is in the prompting.
Section 4. The Human Advantage, Thriving in 2026.
Okay, so if you're a student, a recent grad, or even a seasoned pro looking to pivot, this is what you need to focus on. Instead of trying to compete against the machines, you have to master these collaborative, human-centric skills. The most valuable skills in 2026? They aren't about manual data entry anymore. They rely heavily on critical thinking and problem solving, basically solving the complex problems the AI just cannot handle. It's about prompting AI effectively, mastering that AI verification so you catch those crazy hallucinations, strong communication, and having the agility to learn new tools quickly as they pop up. People who truly understand these AI workflows are going to have a massive, massive advantage.
And this entirely shifts us from a place of fear to a place of empowerment. There's a saying going around: AI won't replace people, but people who know how to work with AI will replace those who don't. You're not competing against some sci-fi robot. You are competing against another human who has just figured out how to use AI to do their job 10 times faster and better than you.
So the most crucial point is this: the future belongs to those who can think critically, guide these powerful systems, and build alongside AI as a true partner. You've got the tools now, you understand the difference between augmentation and automation, and you know exactly which pitfalls to avoid. So the only question left to ask yourself about the workplace of 2026 is, are you ready to direct?
Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer on the future of AI native work. We'd like to give a quick shout out to Trinity Academy by Trinity Corp for supporting this session. Keep learning, keep adapting, and I'll catch you in the next one.